Good morning. It's Wednesday today, the 7th of January. Yeah, I just checked for confirmation from Stefan on that one. We're out here, Stefan and I, at the bee shelters. We're going to be taking down these wonderful Christmas lights that have looked so festive and been late in the darkness for this Christmas season. So we're going to take this stuff down today, and we'll get that recorded. We've gotten all the other lights down. This is the last set that needs to come down. Joe just finished the wreaths. So camp is almost officially undecorated for Christmas, which is always kind of a bummer time of year. But I am thankful that it's like 40 something degrees today that we get to do this in and not have frozen fingers. So we're gonna get this set up, we're gonna get this taken down, and we're gonna move on to other projects. So we got the lights down, as you may or may not be able to see behind us. Probably not, because they're little strings of lights that are green. But you'll just have to take my word for it. They're down. And if you don't want to take my word for it,
trust me, bro.
There's all this stuff. And I got Stefan backing me up.
Trust me, bro.
So it is all down. We're gonna load it up and take it back over toward the office where we have the bin of lights. We kind of condense things and relabel them to make things easier. And as we were taking this down, Stefan and I were talking about what to do next year as our kind of like big thing for Christmas lights. So if you have ideas, I'm not always great about checking the comment section, but if you want to write some ideas in the comment section of what you think we should put Christmas lights around next year, I would be open to that. We do the front fence. Let me see if I can flip it around. So you can see the fence there by the arc. It goes all the way down the road there in front of the arc. So the fence gets swagged, the arc gets a wreath, the dining hall gets decorated on the roof line, the office and the chapel all get decorated on the roof line. And then the last maybe 3 or 4 years, we've done these big, where we throw the peak cords really high into the trees and do these big peaks of lights. So that's what we're looking to come up with a new idea for. It's really cool, and when you're driving down Sauk Trail, if you happen to glance out to the north here as you're passing us on Sauk Trail, you see it, and it's big and bold and dramatic, so I kind of like it for that. But yeah, would love to do maybe something different. So like I said, in the comments, if I remember to check on the comments, I'll read your ideas. It gives me 12 months to, well really it gives me I guess 10 months to look at those comments. And we'll see what we do next year. So stay tuned this year to all of our Day in the Life videos in 2026 until next year in November, when we're back in this very spot putting lights up, or maybe in some other very spot. So stay tuned. We'll talk to you later. So we added Joe to the crew. We're gonna go down to the activity center. We got some stuff to put away. We have the ladder, the bin, the lights, and then we have a bunch of bins down in the loft. So we're gonna get that stuff stowed for the year, and then I'm gonna get some things for Joe. So I may give Joe the camera later on when he's gonna go replace a couple of outdoor things while we have this decent weather in January, which is still crazy to me. So we will see you in a little bit in the activity center. All right, so we made it to the activity center. And you know, just like anything at camp, you come down here and you're like, oh, we're just gonna do this one task, and then like 2 other things happen. So we've been caught up in some other things, but we're gonna get some bins labeled and relabeled because we did some rearranging and downsizing, and then we're gonna get stuff put away. So enjoy. stuff, all the Winter Blast stuff has a home, and we have somewhat organized the loft, so hopefully it can get more and better use. We're getting rid of stuff that is broken and or not usable anymore. It's just, you know, kind of that winter, instead of spring cleaning, we're doing some winter cleaning in the preparation that I'm anticipating we're going to be up in the loft for tree climbing training in just a few short weeks here. So because that'll be coming up in February already, like mid to late February.
That's great.
Yeah.
Don't let me get sick.
Yeah, he gets sick all the time. I think it's his way to get out of it. Except then he does. Except then he does all this stuff and just almost throws up every time. So it's always a pleasure working with Stefan. So that's that. I'm gonna run to Menards to get some more supplies that we need to get a couple more outside jobs done. And like I said, hopefully I'll pass the camera on off to Joe for those jobs. And we're just trying to get a head start next year for Christmas lights and to get some other things up as they need to be up. So we'll see you later.
I am here at our climbing tower, and as you can see, we have a tarp on our climbing tower that's in rough shape, so I am here to replace it. But we have this tarp up to make sure people can't access it when we are not around to supervise. So as you can see, I got one tarp off already, so I'm going to get the other tarp off and get the other tarps on.
Okay, so we're over by the shop in the Brown Barn, and we have a new setup at the picnic tables for the skim pad, where we have a tarp that hangs there. We used to have a kind of like a mesh netting type of deal just to get some shade over here. So now we have a more solid tarp, so it'll provide a little bit more shade, and if it starts misting or something and there's kiddos out here, it'll provide a little bit of a patch for dryness for them. So that's kind of cool. So that's set up, and then we have new tarps up on the climbing wall. Our old ones just got old and ripped and fell. So we are all set over here. We're gonna head back to the office. All right, we are in the shop, as you can see, and today we have really nice weather outside. Sorry, I'm trying to get something off my backpack. Today we have really nice weather outside, so Joe and I are over at the climbing towers. We had a project that we were working on with ESI, and we have to do some more digging around the tower so they can finish that project. So Joe and I are here to work on that. So you'll see some footage of that here in a little bit. So it's January 9th, and it looks like I have my hat on, my coat on, rain pants. That's really just because we're gonna be getting muddy. I'm kind of warm right now. I kind of wish I could give you a feel of the temperature outside. It really feels like a spring day, like it could be April very easily. It's nuts how warm it is outside. So we're taking advantage of it though. I don't know if you can see it from here, but we have the climbing wall over there. We're gonna remove some of the excess wood chips that has been piling up over the years. It's gone almost 1.5 feet up the wall. So we're gonna get back down to where we want it, and then when the ground is frozen toward the end of the winter here, we'll go back and we will get some more wood chips on there to get it back to the depth that we want. And I'm going to see what we can do with some water runoff stuff, because we have some water runoff issues. So I'm going to see what we can do to get that fixed up while Joe is digging around the posts, so that we can get ESI back out here to finish the project that we were working on with that. So